KSYM, San Antonio College Radio. This is the Urban Suite D Major. Cheryl Metal, artist in the studio. Gentlemen, so we've discussed your individual journeys into music. How and when did you two, three actually, come and collaborate and put the company together?
Well, it all started with selling a piece of audio equipment. Remember that?
I do, yeah. It was let's see, Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Really?
That's how we met. I was buying for the production nerds out there. I was buying a Machine 2 by Native, a Machine Studio by Native Instruments. Big,
Nice.
discontinued but wonderful piece of hardware, and makes beats. And Adrian's was on the Facebook Marketplace.
I had no clue how to use it, so I was like, gotta get rid of this thing.
Wow.
And we went back and forth because like I said, I just moved back to San Antonio, and he's like, yeah, come to this location. I was like, do you want to meet at a Starbucks or something? And then I was almost not going to meet him, but I got decent vibes, so like we linked up, and then we were exchanging, and then Adrian was like, yeah, I'm an engineer, and I was like, hey, like, dude, I actually. I kind of just gave him my backstory, and I was like, I'm actually looking for lessons, and that's a big thing that's helped me in my growth. Is like I've always, if I have a little bit of extra like bread to spend, I'll invest by like paying someone hourly to show me blind spots. And mixing my mixing has gotten better.
Much better.
Thank you. But Adrian loves mixing so much, like he'll like it's hard to take him some places because like we'll go some places.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll make comments about the feedback and the mic. I'm like, oh man. But yeah, that's how we met. And then I think last year, Adrian was like pitching. He was telling me this idea. He had a homie, and he told me about Rico. And we were like, I kind of like it went in one ear and out the other. I was like, oh, that sounds cool, but like I didn't really think about it no more. And then the next time Adrian brought it up, Rico was actually there, and we just talked about how, like, in 2024, now 2025, it's just getting harder. There's a lot of noise. Everybody's trying to scam you, sell you something, and it's so hard to even just create, and everybody wants a team, but, like, how do we deliver that? And so that's when we formed together and said, okay, let's go ahead and, like, help people who need a team but don't want us to be their forever team.
Yeah. Kind of like kind of like a package deal in a way.
You could kind of say a concierge service,
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. So explain exactly what you are bringing to the table, what you can offer artists to kind of get them going.
Well, like our name is, it was funny when we came up with the name Artist Dev. It was really that, it was straight to the point. We're trying to develop artists, whether it's actually doing the grunt work and doing like multiple roles and using and like putting on multiple hats, whether it's in like having your production done with us or getting into the music business side. We can do that, but we're also in the business of education as well, because we really believe in teaching a man how to fish. We could fish for them and they'll eat for a day, right? But if you teach them how to fish, well, they're going to go on and they're going to grow, and that's something that we really believe in. We want to make sure that artists can grow in everything, and being that I'm in my line of work, taking in clients and like making my studio public and getting them in, and they're just making music but they have no idea what to do with it, how to register it, or where the music business side actually starts. Well, we want to help with that, and so that was my big deal. And David at the time was taking a lot of development classes, and he was training, and he got really good at it, and he started. You actually started a company before joining Artist Dev, and it was called Artist Map, right?
Yeah, it was called Artist Map. I was I was at the time a member of the co-working space downtown called Geekdom. Great place. Shout out to Geekdom. They are like a co-working space that you can just go and work, and they have different pricing tiers. And I loved it because you would work there you could work there 24/7. You scan in with your phone, and they got snacks. But their whole mission is like they want to build San Antonio one entrepreneur at a time.
Yeah.
So they had like these free workshops, and like I really got to sit down and like learn about how to establish an LLC, or like even like things about like what goes into a company. So at the time I had this idea. This was like I went to some of their free workshops, and it was like this. What I had in my head was like this company called Artist Map, and it would be like an online service where you can log in, and then like you would give it your Spotify, your socials, type in like who you are, blah blah blah, and then it like scans the web on like, okay, this is where you're at in your career, and then these are some recommended tools to help you grow.
Yeah.
But a mentor of mine was like, okay, before you build this out and you like fork out your savings and your everything, talk to people and see if they want it. And I talked to like at least 50 different artists all across the US, and everybody said in a different way, some of them in nicer ways than others, they're like, I don't really want this. Like, I don't want a machine to help me grow my music. Like, I want a team. And so that's when I got the hint, and I was like, okay, let me back off there. Like, it's actually not software. It's not technology. Like, you got to meet people. Music, if we don't want AI to replace us with the music, we got to like develop with the human connection.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we...
Yeah.
Exactly. We really want to emphasize the human connection. We know that artists starting out, they don't have a annual budget salary to have a manager or a business administrator for their career. So we just kind of say, well, hey, you know what? We can kind of do the consulting and stuff, and we can do it for you temporarily and teach you these tools so that one day you can do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just something that we throw. And then of course the music studio that we have, I have a home studio that it's homely. People love the vibe, and we make music and enjoy the company and have fun doing it. So
Yeah.
all that, you put that all together, and it just creates a beautiful business plan and also a beautiful thing for our artists here in the city.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys are putting this together. I've always said, in one way, form or another, it's hard to say that you're in the music business if you don't understand the business of music. At least layman's terms, get some basic information that can help you in the long run, because you got to know what's going on, so you're not getting scammed by people.
Absolutely. There's countless stories that I've gotten from clients that say, oh yeah, I got a Facebook message or I got an Instagram message from from a DJ from a radio station or something, and they're like, well, hey, if you pay us this amount of money, we'll go ahead and get you an interview here. And it's like, no, don't fall for that.
Yeah.
Don't fall for that. No one's gonna ask you to pay so you can go out to a big commercial radio station or anything like that. It just doesn't work that way. It takes a way different avenue. So yeah, guys, always be careful with scams out there, and always try to do business locally or face to face with whoever you're working with.
Oh yeah, great knowledge. I'm glad you guys are providing this for people who really need it. Hey y'all, stay tuned. We've got more artist stuff coming up in this block of music. We have a track from our friend Brooklyn Michelle, plus music from 2K and Wordsworth. But right now, from the latest EP, Uncovered, this is Jay Darius with Tonight. Keep it locked, more coming up. This is the Urban Suite KSYM, San Antonio College Radio.